Can we talk about Tatum for a second though?
What you got to say about JT?
So Tatum, like people are gonna just keep saying the shit that they want to say, but Tatum is quietly like putting himself in a tier above the players of like the last like of this era. Let's say like the 2020s is his era. Like that's like he's his numbers. So let me break it down real quick.
Break it down for these niggas.
So 2020s, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's so this and I don't want to hear anybody. They played in the playoffs every year, but Tatum is first. This is playoff totals, right? And mind you, he has a chip and he has the most wins too. First in points, first in wins, first in threes, first in stocks, which is a little goofy. He's third in steals and fourth in blocks, but he's first in defensive stats. Second in rebounds, second in assists. He has more wins than any other franchise himself in the 2020s, bro. And he has the most 30-point games. He has the most 30-point games since
2020.
Yeah, so he silently dominated the NBA for the last 5 years.
And right now he's averaging 30 and 12 and 1.7 steals in this first round on almost 55 true shooting.
30 and 12 is nasty in the off.
And he had 16 in the fourth quarter when they tied that game up at the end. I don't know if y'all remember the possessions, but he took over in that game. And this is like the Magic. We said all that Magic tragic shit. Like I have gained a little respect for a team that is so focused on defense because they're frustrating. And as much as I want to slap KCP in the face, having players like that to add to the frustration, that's I mean, they're a tough team and they're a team that
games.
So if you think about it, like they've neutralized the Celtics shooting threes. So they have a blueprint to take away like our biggest weapon, and we're overcoming it is what we're doing right now. That's to me is like I'm taking away more from this series positive than you normally would on the first round series, just because this is a team that knows how to take away the three, and all of a sudden we're finding other ways to win. We're shooting, you know what I mean? Like our three numbers are pretty close to theirs. Like I think we had like 11 threes and they had like 9 in the last game or something like that.
Yeah, you know what's scary. You know what's scary too. That like when you mention like Tatum and like how he's pretty much on a tear. Like it's just a silent tear, like you're saying. But like when you watch him, eye test wise, anybody that actually watches the games, I still feel like he hasn't hit that extra gear. Like I haven't seen it happen. Nope. Yeah, Tatum. Like I haven't seen it happen yet, which is kind of scary though, because it's like 30 and 12, winning games. He's taken over at certain times, but like I know for a fact he can really like we know he could go in. He can go drop 50, like get every like he can be a 3-level scorer. No, I know he doesn't need to, but he will need to. But my thing is, I'm not saying it negatively though. I'm just saying like it's scary because it's like he hasn't hit that gear at all yet. He's playing the game within the game, like he's letting this shit come to him, and he hasn't really taken over.
But isn't that a skill in itself?
No, it's a positive, but it's scary, bro. Because like you haven't really got the full effect of us. Like when he's dropping 40 a night. And then Derek White is doing Derek White, and Drew is doing Drew, and Brown has 30, and you know, like that shit is fucking scary, and that shit hasn't happened yet, not once.
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown is playing hurt.
Jaylen has played well. KP had a couple goofy games. He finally had like a pretty impactful game on this last game. But I mean, you just watch JT play, and like. It's like it's similar to the way that LeBron was treated like early in his career when he just makes the right play, bro. And like some people want him to be a little bit more aggressive and do this and that, but like when you look at the results of what he's done and how many wins he's a part of, and then and just his stats overall, and you're like, and then you still can look back, he could have got more. That's when you realize like how how good of a player he is, and I feel like I think that this is going to continue through his entire career. I don't think that dude is going to realize how good he was until it's over.
But do you guys owe Jules an apology or nah?
Face of the league.
Jules?
Yeah, I mean, Jules been saying since the first pod that he was the face of the league, and you guys didn't back him up at all, and then now all of a sudden it's JT. It's like, y'all niggas be switching sides, crazy, bro.
And we in
Like,
Boston, man.
no,
What
I'm
are you
just
talking about?
What do you mean? What am I? What do you mean? What am I talking about, Rick? I said we had a conversation about who the face of the league is. Jules said Jayson Tatum the whole fucking time. None of you guys said Jayson. That's what I'm saying. So that's the question.
He's not.
Okay.
Wait,
But I'm just saying everything you guys just said, though. Everything you guys just said. No, I know that's not what you're saying.
We're explaining how he's underrated right now.
And that's
why this is why it's like this. Like,
and this is why Jules was saying that he should be the face of the league. Are you guys not understanding English, or are you guys speaking Spanish? Like, what?
Stop fixing your collar. Like, stop gassing him. Look at him, bro. Yeah, fixing the collar.
Can we throw one more thing out there? To the big unk. Shout out to the fucking big unk. Al Horford, bro, had 5 blocks in the last game.
Hold on. You're not gonna skip over the conversation that I was just trying to have. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're not changing the subject in the middle of the conversation is nasty. Like, what?
Yo, I don't think you understand that the entire the whole point of it is that he's not the face of the league because people don't respect the face of the league.
I'm just saying this, but you guys just gave a whole argument of why he should be the face of the league, and then now that's what I'm trying to say.
None of that has anything to do with being the face of the league. The face of the league is the perception from the fans and the people in the media. This is the reason why he's not. Is because they don't appreciate.
Because he's doing all the stuff that you just said.
This is happening
because he's doing 30 and 12.
Silent.
But nobody cares, bro, because he's not
in the news. Have you seen one Celtics?
But the question is, should he be the face of the league? It's not is he. It's should he.
I could give 2 shits about the face of the league, to be honest. The face of the league is until LeBron leaves, LeBron's going to be the face of the league. That's how this shit goes. And then they're setting it up for Ant Edwards. And we talked about this shit before.
Yeah. I know, but that's why I'm bringing it back up because everything you guys said
it's not a who's the face of the league. It's
who should be.
It's who the NBA. But
our
job. It's not even about who should be. It's about who the NBA as a business is going to choose.
I understand what you're saying with that. But the conversation that we're having here on the lobby talk is who should be the face of the league. We're not saying what the NBA is doing. What we're saying is who should be the face of the league. And Jules said that Jayson Tatum should be the face of the league. And you guys just proved this whole point with 20 minutes speech of Jayson Tatum.
As much as I love Tatum, I don't think he should be the face of the league. Okay. I don't think he should be the face of the league.
And that's my whole point of what I just said.
I don't want anything to change. I want it to stay just like this. Because this is just wins racking up. They don't need to appreciate it until it's over. Once it's over, they can come crawling back and being like, "Yo, JT, when he gets into the Hall of Fame, this is for us." I look at all Celtics shit. Jayson Tatum's probably viewed as like, I would say if you go on social media and pull up anything Jayson Tatum, it's probably 80-20 hate to love, bro. People do despise Jayson Tatum, bro.
That's everybody, bro. My grandmother's 80-20.
You look up Ant, it's gonna be all positive shit, bro. Like.
Yo, how can you say that the next man up to be the face of the league is Anthony Edwards?
Because that's who they want.
How can you fix your face to say that?
Jules, this isn't something that I care about at all. I don't care who the face of the league is. The face of the league is the player that gets put on that gets talked about the most. That's who it is. I don't care if Tatum gets his due from the fans and the media. I'm not worried about that shit. I'm worried about the production.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying screw the media. Screw any of that. We're having that conversation right here, right now. Screw what the hell the media got to say. Screw what the hell and all these critics, all these haters have to say. Who is the face of the NBA, bro?
It's not Jayson Tatum, bro.
It's not Tatum.
If you want to say who the best, if you want to talk about like who's the best players, then we can talk about that. But the face of the league is not something that you decide yourself. That's not an opinion, bro. That's what is the consensus player. That's the entirety of the fandom of the NBA that decides that. It's not us. It's not one person.
Would y'all say that the definition, like in the most simplest terms of the face of the league, would be the most recognizable player in the NBA? Would y'all say that is the definition of the face of the league? Like basically, like who is the most globally or like widely recognizable? Like
my definition is who the NBA is putting their marketing dollars behind, right? So who are they putting on covers? Who are they pushing? Like if there's a banner, like you said, China, right? Like you said, China, right? It's like you said, China, right?
Yeah, so that goes hand in hand.
Who are they putting on a billboard?
Yeah, who is the most recognizable player in the NBA?
But in marketing,
that
right?
That in my eyes is the definition.
But in marketing,
of that.
But in marketing though, you can make whoever you want to be the face of the league. The NBA has their own marketing dollars. They can put out highlights of Jayson Tatum in China. They could put a billboard of Jayson Tatum in China. You get what I'm saying? Like it's who are they putting their dollars behind? Who are they showing? Who are they putting? Go ahead.
I don't think
you're taking into an account the fact that they pick who people generally gravitate towards in the first place. Yeah. They don't just pick a nigga out of a fucking random bucket.
Of course
and
not.
We're gonna make you the guy.
Of course not. But we didn't pick a random nigga though. We didn't pick a random nigga. We just picked a nigga that won a championship and scoring 30 and 12. Like we're not picking a random nigga off the street. I'm not even saying Jayson Tatum should be the thing it is.
The whole reason why gets chosen, that nigga gets like LeBron was chosen as face of the league like
in high school
4 years before before he went to the NBA. Like, he was already chosen as face of the league.
But someone like Ja Morant, right? Like he was the face of the league for a little bit. They was trying to make him the face of the league.
No, he wasn't. I hate when motherfuckers say that.
He was, bro. He was, bro. That nigga was on every commercial possible, bro.
He was on his way and he fumbled that shit.
He was on his way and he fumbled it. Exactly.
He was not the face of the league.
He was, bro. They had all the bread on him, bro.
Ant is in every movie, every commercial too.
Yes, and now he's fumbling it with the whole abortion nigga.
Nah, he ain't. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit.
Nah, because when you smoke LeBron, then you people forget about all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, next subject.